Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, if you're a new viewer, welcome. Doing a collective reading today. Um, if this resonates with you, please like and comment and let me know what you think. And if you dig my vibe, please subscribe. Okay. All right. So getting a couple stuff out of here. I definitely got some I call it shadow energy. See, to me, it's like when the cards pop out before I really am ready to shuffle. I call it shadow energy. So I'm definitely getting here. This person, I definitely think they're a little bit sad about the fact that y'all are not communicating with each other. But I feel like they're almost avoiding their emotions about it, kind of pushing away the thoughts and the pain about no longer being in connection with you. Okay, and then who this person is. All right, this is someone who you might have had a lot of arguments, or there just might have been a lot of turmoil in the connection with this person. Um, and I feel like it comes out of, like, they probably have abandonment issues or some sort of like fear of rejection or whatever. And I get this person they might actually like do this often. You know what I mean? Like, I get this as some sort of cycle that they might repeat. Yeah, because they might got some childhood wounds. You know how that stuff go. That's what it's giving for sure. Childhood wounds. Yeah. And I almost feel like this person started arguments or just created the tension intentionally because they want to, you know, reject you before you could reject them. You know, those are the vibes I'm getting here. And I get something about, even though this is what occurred and this person repeats these patterns or whatever, collective. Yeah, this is crazy because see, cycles, like I keep saying. Anyway, I get ultimately this person always ends up single, like alone in solitude. Because it's like they can't deal with this emotional intensity of the connection either. But that's what I'm saying. They also can't deal with the emotions of the connection not being like you no longer being accessible to them, collective. Yeah. And now I get they prefer to watch you from a distance. We probably got ourselves another avoidant, you know. The avoidance and the narcissist love to come out to play in these spreads for sure. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Well, let's see what else we got here, Holy Spirit. Yeah, they probably yeah, they probably do watch you on social media for sure. That's definitely what I'm getting. And let me tell you, this person has blocked emotions. Like I said, that already came out here in the beginning. They're actively trying to suppress the grief and the despair that they're feeling from being withdrawn from you, even though they are the ones that pushed you away, collective. Yeah. And then this person, they have a lot of sexual energy towards you. Seriously. This is crazy. Because they want that old thing back. And I feel like they saw you as someone that they could trust and that you were safe and they could rely on you. You know what I mean? But like I said, grief and loss. You cannot make this stuff up because I think they're realizing that you were a divine feminine or a divine masculine. But it was because they were dealing with third parties also. And I actually get they were not happy about their decision to deal with these third parties. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. This is a new realization that came after they disappeared from this connection. All right, while they were in that isolation and that silence, they were able to discern all of this, like who you truly were and how they missed out on something, divine with you, collective, because of these third parties. Like they're very angry about that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. We're going to see what's this person's current emotions towards the collective. All right, Holy Spirit. All right, what's this person's current emotions towards the collective, please? Okay, let's see. What's this person's current emotions towards the collective, please? What is this person's current emotions towards the collective? Okay. Mm-hmm. Another nut bag, of course. Always getting a nut bag. All right. Yeah. So we got compassionate straight out the gate, okay? That's what I'm saying. This person, like, they're really soft on you. But it's because I'm telling you, they realize you can't make this stuff up, okay? Because we have careless and pensive, okay? That's what I'm saying. They know they were careless in their decision to end the connection, all right? And they are a little sad about this and they think about it often. That's why I say this sorrow and this hopelessness, okay? It's just reconfirming all that. And this heart fog and stuff, because they really are sweet on you. And that's because they're realizing who you were, the divine feminine or the divine masculine. Now that they have withdrawn and they can observe you from a distance. You know what I mean? And now that they're withdrawn and in solitude, they were able to have these realizations, like I said. Now let's see what we got on the tarot. Mm-hmm. Okay, what you got for me, please, Holy Spirit? Oh, wait. Yeah, honestly, definitely had some third party situations going on, okay? Because, like I said, see, these third parties they were involved with, that's why they're angry at them, okay? Because I told you they're having this realization that they ran away from that divine feminine or masculine, okay? Because let me tell you how I literally got Six of Pentacles, okay? No, they was casting it wide. That's what Six of Pentacles is telling me, okay? They was community D or community P. That's definitely what it's coming out as. Yeah, and then I just kind of see, I almost get this person, because see, the star reversed and the strength card upright. This person, they have community D or community P because they literally just lacked discipline. Like they had no like internal compass, like no internal like monologue or something. Like something was off about this person. They lacked a lot of self control, a lot of guidance from above as well, is what I'm getting. And it's like this person was cut off from themselves. That's why it's reminding me of this heart fog energy here. They couldn't really connect with who they really were at the core. It's almost like, especially with this Six of Pentacles here, like they're outsourcing their internal regulation by entertaining multiple options and, you know, having flings and stuff like that. They want to outsource their regulation instead of actually doing the work inside. That's the vibe I'm getting. They use people as regulation instead of like actually loving people or allowing people to love them. Okay, Holy Spirit. What you got for me? Mm-hmm. Let me tell you. And I just kind of get, see, with this Eight of Swords reversed and Ace of Wands reversed and then Page of Cups. So to me, this kind of comes off like, you know, they knew this is why they would start these arguments here, okay? So they could kind of reject you before you reject them type vibes. Because they knew that in order for them to maintain this connection with you, collective, they were going to have to really face their fears, okay? Like they would really have to take control of their abandonment issues or their childhood wounds or whatever, and they just are not ready to do that. They were not ready to do that. They would rather just coast. Like, so it's like the blue pill versus the red pill, you know what I'm saying? Those people that are on autopilot and, you know, like the people who deny reality. You know, that's what I kind of get here. It's like this person knew that they would have to evolve and grow in order to be with you, collective, and they did not want to do that. They said, I am going to continue to dream and fantasize, literally. Okay? That's why they could not show up for you appropriately. Wow, you can't make this stuff up. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay. And I will bet you money, collective. The reason they went towards these third parties is probably because these third parties allow them to dream. They probably recognize these third parties are asleep too. You know, that these third parties, I feel like energetically, collective, even if you're not even doing anything, you are like walking accountability. That's what I get. And your energy, your presence when you are around this person reflects everything that they are not. So it just feels like pressure for this type of individual. And I guarantee you, these third party situations don't feel like pressure because they probably just as asleep as this past person, collective. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, yeah. This is what I'm saying. You cannot make this stuff up. I gotta get one more card though. Let me get another card. Okay. Yeah, so Six of Cups reverse, Queen of Cups, okay, and then Two of Swords reverse. So let me tell you how. Yeah, this person is absolutely confirming the exact same thing. All right, this this person goes towards these third parties because they they want to go where things are comfortable. Okay, it's like I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. You revealed too much truth to them, okay? Your presence, and it made them have anxiety, okay? I'm telling you, and they felt like they didn't know what to do. It was too much pressure, okay? This truth that you revealed, and they wanted to go look for some softness and support elsewhere, okay? Which is so crazy because see, we had this compassionate, now that you're gone, collective, they see you as the compassionate and they feel compassionate towards you because, like I said, they're realizing that they're the problem, okay? But anyway, I digress. Back to the point. Yeah, it's like they want to see, they wanted to get away from you and go back to something that's comfortable. And that's what I'm saying. That this is where they found this type of comfort and softness in these third parties. But I'm telling you, it's because you exposed them to themselves. They didn't want to see themselves. And just your sheer presence, collective, made them see themselves. Mm, mm, mm. What's this person's next actions towards the collective, please, Holy Spirit? Or the energy around their next actions, please. Okay. All right. Got Ace of Swords, Temperance, okay, and Knight of Cups. Oh, wow. You can't make this stuff up. It's crazy because it's like I'm still learning the cards, but I already gathered this up very quickly. Wow. Yeah. So, yeah, this person's next actions is uh, it's this silence and this withdrawal and this observation because they are observing you, they're watching you. But like I said, they're having awakenings and realizations, epiphanies. They are going to get to that clarity. They are going to be very focused in their pursuit of seeing the truth that you already revealed to them. Okay, the truth that you already revealed. And see, this kind of give me the vibe. This is the type of person where they um they can't understand the truth until you're gone. Like if you're around, they're going to project onto you and say that it's like your fault or something if there's something wrong in the connection. Like probably these arguments and this tension they were trying to create, they were trying to blame it on you rather than blaming it on their childhood wounds, right? But once they've made distance from you and realizing that their patterns are still there, that's kind of what I'm getting as how they're picking it up. Like they're gonna have a breakthrough in this solitude because there's nobody else to project onto. There's nobody else to project onto. And side note, collective, see whether this is a man or a woman, this is what I say. A lot of the times, this is why people think men mature faster than women. I mean, women mature faster than men. It's not true, okay? The difference is women always provide a soft space for a man to land so that he does not have to face himself. Whereas women, we continue to have to go through heartbreak and emotional pain, and we don't have anybody to monkey branch onto or rebound onto a lot of the times. So you have to just understand a lot of maturity comes through withdrawal and isolation and self reflection. And this is really the difference between men and women in this society. Now, that's my take. This is the vibe I'm getting here. This is coming off like a man to me, this person collective. I'm just saying, but take it how you get it. Women can be immature as well, but I'm just going to speak generally. And yeah, a lot of men, there's always a pick me or someone who's just naive, some woman who's just naive and hasn't really awakened to her true self yet, who is thinking that she's going to be the special one or the new one, or he needs me or something like that. There's always going to be that woman just waiting in the wings. And this is what helps men escape reflection. and actual true emotional growth and work, and it's sickening. I can't. And it's so crazy how this spread just literally confirmed exactly that and just brought that into perspective, because this is exactly what this person is going through. This person, whether they're a man or a woman, they don't have anybody else to run to. That's the problem. I don't know if they've decided to leave the Pick Mishas and the Pick Michaels behind, you know what I mean? But it's like it's happening. They're being alone. They're having to face themselves. They're having to deal with their internal world instead of outsourcing like we talked about before, because that was coming out in this spread too. They use people as emotional regulation. But now they have no choice. Now they have no choice. They must do the work on themselves. And this is what I do see here. The Holy Spirit is saying they their next actions is they will have a breakthrough. They will be dedicated and focused on restoring balance and harmony within themselves. Okay, and I get that, you know, it's kind of in a way where this person will see, it's integration. I'm not going to say this person is going to be integrated, but I feel like they're on the path towards integration. Emotional regulation. This is absolutely what I'm getting here. Period. With Temperance and Knight of Cups, I'm sorry. And like, I'm sorry. It's giving this person will learn how to be their own regulator, to self regulate. This is what I'm getting as their next actions, okay? All right, let's see, Holy Spirit, what's the outcome of this situation? Or, what's the energy around the outcome of this situation? Because free will be free willing, okay? All right, Holy Spirit, what's the outcome of this situation, please? What's the outcome of this situation, please? Hmm. I don't know how this one came out because this one was all types of funky, funky. Okay, let me see. All right, let's clarify this one, please, Holy Spirit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, this is a mother trucker you can't trust because, again, they repeated patterns and they're stuck in a cycle. They're stuck in a cycle, okay? Because I definitely get for the outcome. I got Knight of Wands, I got the High Priestess reversed, and Page of Wands, okay? This person here, they are. It's like, and then I'm not even gonna lie, like King of Wands was being funky, all right? Being very funky. I don't know if it was up or down, so it probably came out a little crossing or whatever, but it was at an angle. But still at the same, time. It's just I get this person, like the outcome of the situation is this person I like they want to try to do the work, they want to try to emotionally regulate. I do get that they're gonna have some sort of a breakthrough, right? But I still get they're going to suppress it. They're going to see the truth. They are going to have this realization and they're going to run all over again. This person is crazy. This person is absolutely crazy because, and then when I clarify, why is the high priestess in reverse? Like, why do they want to repress this energy or whatever? And I get the freaking devil reversed. It's like, this is what I'm telling you. It's so crazy. Holy Spirit, thank you. I literally said, what's the energy around the outcome? Holy Spirit, because free will, right? This is exactly what the Holy Spirit is saying here. This person wants to take control of the situation by repressing the revelations and realizations that they're going to have, because this is how they reclaim their power. Woo! Sorry. This is how they feel they can reclaim their power and control and be independent. Okay? You see what I'm saying? And this is going to reignite and excite this person because they're going to feel in charge of them. This one's got problems. They do not want to see themselves as the problem. And even when they do discover that they are the one that has the problem, because they're the one that has the heart fog, they have a real issue here. They're the ones that was starting arguments because of their wounds and trying to push you away. See, but they still gonna suppress them feelings. As soon as they pop up, they're going to suppress it again. This person is stuck. That's why we got these repeated patterns and cycles in the beginning. The Holy Spirit said, we're confirming everything that came out here. Yeah, no, they're stuck. They're stuck. They will realize they're the problem, and they still won't do right. That's what the Holy Spirit say. But hey, free will is still free will. The Holy Spirit said, it's looking like, based on everything else we got here, they're going to use their free will to continue to be the same. Probably chase after novelty and excitement. Probably more third parties, which sucks because, again, like I keep saying about the difference between a lot of men and women in maturity states. Unfortunately, there's a lot of women out there in the world who are desperate for male attention and male validation, and they make it easy. They make it easy for men to run away from the accountability of a previous connection. So, but like I said, take it how you get it. If this was a woman for you, collective, take it how you get it. But I think it's a man. And it's always another woman waiting for a soft space, waiting to be a soft space for a man running from himself. Because that's what he's running from. Himself. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I got for you. So if this resonates, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. If it don't apply, then let it fly, because everything ain't for everybody. All right. But thank you for watching.